Welcome to session 3. And this session is called Bringing the Mind Home. You remember on session 1 when I talked about, how we can sort of time travel off to the future or ruminate about the past? This is about connecting, to be present right here, right now. And like the poem from last week, it is to begin again. This moment has never happened before. So during this session, I'd like to introduce you to a couple of exercises as a way of anchoring, somewhere where we can place our attention. Almost like surfing on a wave. So sometimes the waves can be quite high, but with this practice, what happens is we're able to reset the sail in order to surf the waves. So let's begin. Always begin with adopting a dignified, upright posture. Okay? So take a moment just to drop into your body, to sense your body, contact with the floor, contact with your seat, back upright, not too tight, not too loose, head upright, as though you're balancing a book on the crown of your head. And as you settle into your body, sensing your body, notice any contact with your clothing against your skin. Notice the temperature of your room. Now bring your attention, like the beam of a torch, to your breath, and allow your breath to take center stage. And as you breathe in, the natural sound of the in-breath is so. So you breathe into the sound of so, and you exhale to the sound of ha. Breathing into the sound of so, exhaling to the sound of ha. And if you can't hear the breath making that sound, gently say so as you breathe in and ha as you breathe out. And if you become distracted, that's okay. Just notice and gently return to your breath. Breathing in so, exhaling ha. No effort, no adjustment. Sound of the breath, breathing in so, exhaling ha. And in a moment, I'll invite the bell to sound, signaling the end. Once again with the healthy, inquisitive mind with a sense of curiosity. What did you notice? Breathing in, the natural sound of the in-breath is so. Exhaling, letting go, the natural sound of the out-breath is ha. Now, another exercise for being with the breath, because remember, the breath is always present. It's not a future breath nor a past breath. The breath is always right here, right now. So this second technique of being with the breath is counting your breath. So as you breathe in 1, and then you exhale 1. You breathe in 2, and you exhale 2. You breathe in 3, and you exhale 3. You breathe in 4, and you exhale 4. And if you find that your attention wanders, that you've lost count of the breath, that's okay. That's okay. Just return to 1. So it's breathing in 1, breathing out 1. Breathing in 2, breathing out 2. Breathing in 3, breathing out 3. And if you're lucky enough and you get to the count of 10, then just return to 1. Clear as mud? Shall we give it a go? Okay. Once again, find a suitable position in your chair. Settle into your body. Now bring your attention to your breath. And as you breathe in, breathing in 1, exhaling 1. Breathing in 2, exhaling 2. Breathing in 3, exhaling 3. And just continue. And if your attention wanders, notice and just return to 1. And in a moment, I'll invite the bell to sound. Once again, with that healthy curiosity, what did you notice as you counted your breath? And again, you can compare and contrast, and sometimes people prefer being with the sound of the breath, breathing in so, exhaling ha. Now the third exercise, which is also, a great anchoring exercise, is whenever you breathe in, just mentally say, I am breathing in. And as you breathe out, mentally say, I am breathing out. So it's breathing in, I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am breathing out. Shall we give it a go? Okay. Once again, adopt a comfortable position in your chair. Settle into your body. And bring your attention, like the beam of a torch, to your breath. And as you breathe in, mentally say, I am breathing in. And as you breathe out, I am breathing out. Breathing in, I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am breathing out. You become distracted, notice, and gently return to your breath. Breathing in, I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am breathing out. And in a moment, I'll invite the bell to sound. So I'd like to end today with a beautiful poem. I hope you're enjoying the poems as much as I am. And this poem is called The Journey. One day you finally knew what you had to do and began, though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles. Mend my life, each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with stiff fingers at the very foundations. Though their melancholy was terrible, it was already late enough, and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. And there was a new voice which you slowly recognized as your own. So as we continue to practice, then what happens is we find our voice. We find our voice. I remember a story that I was told that about 100 years ago, up in the Cave Hill, there lived an orphan lamb cub. And the orphan lamb cub was brought up with a flock of sheep. So much so that the orphan lamb cub would just go ba ba ba, ba ba ba, ba ba ba. And then one day an old lamb comes into the field. The flock of sheep goes, right lads, get offside. So off they ran, ba ba ba, ba ba ba, ba ba ba, as did the orphan lamb cub. Ba ba ba, ba ba ba, ba ba ba. The old lamb caught the orphan lamb cub by the mane and says, hey boy, what are you doing? The orphan lamb cub rolled over and he looked up and he went, ba, 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 ba. The old lamb brought the orphan lamb cub to the pond and he said, look. And the orphan lamb cub looked into the pond and let out a roar. What happened? Think about it. He found his voice. Yes, he found his voice. And that's what the poet says. And there was a new voice which you slowly recognized as your own. So we'll come to the end of today's session. And once again, thank you all for participating. And remember, we can forever go back to week 1 and week 2 and week 3.